Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play a little 4-color control. And not just any 4-color control, one that I directly net deck off untap.gg. It was wild because I saw this deck having like a 56% win rate, which is already insane for any deck that's 4 colors. But it's got some crazy card in this deck. Namely, it's got one Pyromancer's Goggle. I've never seen this card before in my life. I didn't know it existed. But a 5-mana card that adds a 5-mana mana rock that adds just 1 red seems kind of bad. But whenever that mana is spent on a red, instant or sorcery just copies it. It doesn't say mono red, so we can copy Inevitable Defeat, we can copy Hallowed Explosion, we can copy Jeskai Revelation, and we can copy one of the new cards, Improvisation Capstone, a 7-mana paradigm that says exile the top card of your library until you exile cards with total mana value of 4 or greater. And then you can cast any number of spells among them without paying their mana cost. It's insane, just insane. So it doesn't say this turn, which is kind of wild to me. I don't think that's how it works. I think it's just they forgot to write it in. But I'm pretty sure that the spell that you exile can only be cast on the turn that you exile it, or it can only be cast immediately after it's being exiled. But I'm not sure, because Magic has been changing a lot in recent years. So, you know, it's not just the regular tally effect. But maybe, right? And Paradigm means that you cast one every turn after you cast it first time. And if you copy it, that means you, I don't know, copy 2 every turn? I'm not sure how that works. But, hey, you know, exiling a card and playing it every turn is pretty nice. And the card that we do want to copy, you know, stock up, with an Hallowed Explosion, Inevitable Defeat, free spells playing every turn is nice, right? But you might be able to get Helix, which isn't too bad. You can get No More Lies, which means you can play it, but you don't have to play it, right? So those are kind of the idea with Capstone. But mainly, Pyromancer's Goggle seems to be very fun. This deck also runs Northwind Avatar, which means that we get a sideboard of wishes that we can avatar into our game. And there's some pretty good cards in the current sideboard of the meta that handles one specific type of deck. Like, for example, if they're Lessons, then get High Noon on. If they are a Graveyard deck, then get Rest in Peace. If they are going white, we can Fire Magic them. A bunch of Landward Elves and Badger Cups can all get blown up. If they're Counter Control, we have a lot of Negates. We got Artifact, we got Abrade. I love this new art for Abrade from the crap, I forgot again. The Strixhaven's Secret Archive, Mystical Archive, right? And then we got Summon Leviathan for bouncing off creatures. And we have Outrageous Robbery, so we can rob them and win with their deck. So, whole lot of ideas with this deck. But here's how it actually works. It actually works off the loot, right? So, like I said in the Jeskai deck, loot plus Jeskai Revelation is game over in a lot of games. And this deck also helps us do that. So let's talk about the deck list. Turn 1, got nothing. Tap lands, go. Alright, this is a control deck. Of course, turn 1 is tap land, go. Turn 2 is where it goes crazy, because we have 2 No More Lies, just 2, but 4 Lightning Helix, so that we can handle a lot of the early games. 2 Negates, especially against, you know, decks, their Lessons deck, and they're about to hit their Monument, you gotta negate that. We have 4 Consult the Star Charts. This is not really a 2-mana play, more of a 4-mana play, but you can have it on 2 mana just to help you fix your lands. Most likely, it'll be a 4-mana play that I'll put on the 4 mana. So, 3-mana play, we have 1 3 steps ahead as a small counterspell that later on could be a 5-mana counter and draw 2 cards and discard a card. So that's pretty good. 3 stocks up, that's going to be very useful for kind of stocking up our deck and making sure that we hit the correct cards that we need. We run 1 Dramatic Critique to deal X damage and draw 2 cards and discard a card. But if you have a lot of mana, of course, this is deal a lot of damage at once and maybe a win con. But a lot of times, this is deal 1 damage, kill a Landward Elf, or deal 2 damage, kill a Badger Cub, things like that. Instant speed is not bad at all. And then we have, of course, like I said, Consult the Star Chart. Right, we have 1 Day of Judgment. Don't worry, we have another one in the sideboard. 1 Hallowed Explosion, also 1 in the sideboard. 3 Resonating Loots, also 1 in the sideboard. And then 4 Inevitable Defeat. Now, those sideboard cards are not because we're playing best of 3. It is because we want to be able to tutor them up with Northwind Avatar. And Northwind does not tutor from your deck, only sideboard. So that's why we can't put more than 4 copies of a card in the deck. I do want 1 in the sideboard, so there's only 3 in the main board. Then our 5 mana, 1 Pyromancer's Goggle, 1 Northwind Avatar. This Goggle, man, this Goggle, I want to see how well this can do. And then, of course, our heavy hitters, the 2 Capstones, that's Paradigm, and then the 3 Jeskai Revelation. Again, because we want to... Oh, I guess I took one out of the sideboard because I wanted to run the Summon Leviathan. I'm not sure if the net deck also has the Leviathan or the Jeskai Revelations, but you can have 4 if you want to, right? Just put 1 in the sideboard so they can tutor them out. And then the land base, 27 lands, of course, 4 color controls. Lands are probably the trickiest part of this deck. So we got to have some basic lands in case we get eroded or basic check. We got 1 plane, 1 island. And because there's Jeskai Revelations in the deck, you don't want a 7 mana card that gets countered. We're going to have 2 Mistrise Village. And since we're Jeskai, we can always run 1 Cori Mountain Monastery to help us get card draws. Alright, so those are our monocolor lands. Now let's talk about the dual color lands. Blue-white, we have 5 of them, 3 Hallowed Fountain and 2 Meticulous Archive. Black-white, we have 3 of them, 2 Godless Shrine and 1 Shattered Sanctum. Blue-black, we have 2 of them in 2 Gloomlake Verge. There's more. Blue-red, we have 5 of them, 3 Sting Vents, 3 Sting Vents, 2 Stormcarved Coasts, and then white-red, we have 3 Sacred Foundry. So the shock land kind of spread is wild. And if you are lazy, you can just run 3 of each shock lands and then kind of get by with like 2 more of the verges here or there for especially the blue-white and the blue-red, because you need the blue for our card draws, right? So that's kind of the idea, but the main thing that Strixhaven gave us is the Great Hall of the Biblioplex. This card is so insane because this is a City of Brass, right? It's City of Brass for our instant sorcery deck, exactly what we needed at the time when we needed it. So now 4 color control is mono color control. It just will deal damage to us every spell we play. That's all right. We got Lightning Helix, we got Jeskai Revelation. We'll gain those life back. And that's the whole idea of the deck. The sideboard here, though, we have, like I said, right, a little bit of counterspell against artifacts or enchantments, a little bit of board wipe, a little bit of graveyard hate, stacks, negate against non-creature spells, against artifacts, against white boards. We got another loot. We got to bounce the board and steal our opponent's deck. That's the whole idea. Let's go into the games and see how well we will do. All right, our opponent is Hands of Scorm. Scorm is letting us go first, but this is a pretty shaky hands, I gotta say. Alright, this is gonna be red white, this is gonna be blue. And we'll go from there, I suppose. Or not. Immediately getting duressed. Gonna take our no more lies. He's already got more duress. When there's 1, there's like a million. No. Nothing else after this. This is also going to be untapped. Monastery is a pretty good card. Gotta work up to 7 mana, which is difficult. Slasher. I don't think I Helix the Slasher. Especially we have Inevitable Defeat. Blood Letter Backless that. Let's kill that Slasher. Oh, we got the loot. I don't get the 2 mana of any one color, but I do get the Jeskai Revelation next turn, so yeah, I mean, they duressed us, and that was pretty sad, but all's well that ends well. Okay, GG. You didn't want to play through this. Alright, our opponent is Crawl next. He's gonna crawl next to us. You go first, okay. We got a Negate and a Consult. Nothing else? Oh boy, okay. How greedy am I? Archive, Great Hall Biblio. I need some playable cards. I mean, I guess that's playable, right? Not too upset. This could tie us over for the next few turns. Bronco. No Bronco. Bronco away. Stormcarved Coast. Please play an Annex. Nope. Mountain or forest? I have a mountain. I mean, I don't know what this deck does. Enduring Tenacity. I guess now I'm figuring out what it does. What do I have on the sideboard that actually stops this? Nothing really. I can get a Day of Judgment. Does a Day of Judgment even, like, help? Alright, we take the 2. And he's got a bat. I can get a stock up and a defeat. Those are all useful cards. Better than the lands anyways. Ill-Time Explosion is fun. So... this would take a Northwind Avatar. He'll probably try to bat me. What's the board like? I still think Day of Judgment is probably the best. Yeah, he's probably gonna try to bat me. Not surprised there. But my hand is full of value. He takes the weirdest card. Whenever you gain life, put up a Samsung counter on... I mean, I could just block this, right? I blocked the 4. Why did I block the 2? I could Ill-Time Explosion for 4. Or I could just Day of Judgment. Why would I Ill-Time Explosion here? Because I could draw a land and negate. That's about it, right? But I need to discard something that costs 4. And that would probably be the Day of Judgment. You know what? I think I Ill-Time Explosion though. This way I keep my Northwind Avatar. Yeah. You play right into the negate, buddy? You saw the negate. Okay, GG. I don't understand that play at all, but okay. Good game. Alright, our opponent has no cookies for you. Well, no cookies for you too. We go first. Guess that is a blue land, right? Mountain or a forest? He's got a forest. He's got some chocobos. Just straight up playing lands to buff his creatures. It's pretty scary. You gonna play anything else? You're not gonna play anything else. Do I consult here? Sting Vents order. Do I shock the Sting Vents in? I don't think so. It's gonna be a big chocobo. But that's all it is, it's a big chocobo. A big chocobo that can get bounced by Jeskai Revelation later. As long as we stop everything else, right? It's the only thing is that we stop everything else. If he doesn't plan on playing anything, like, I don't have to. I don't have to work for anything. Our counterspell still works. Badger Mold Cubs. I think we stopped that from happening. Alright, we are very close to dead. But they also have a protection spell. Yeah, but that's pretty much all we can do, just trying to survive. Opponent went first and everything, right? Did we go first? I don't remember. But yeah, just like turn 1 chocobos, definitely. Oh? No, he didn't have a land. Okay, thank God. If he had a land, we just lose. Yo, dude, what the hell? Did you forget to play a land? Loser. Alright, our opponent is Fat Sprinkler. Is this Sprinkles? There's no R. Okay, you go first. I mean, yes, I guess I gotta consult and try to draw a land if I don't. Hi, how's it going? Here's a tap land go. I wonder if he's gonna play a mountain. Look at that avatar! Look at that not a mountain. Surprising. Gloomlake Verge. Does it activate? Island or swamp? It shouldn't be activated. I don't have an island or a swamp. But with loot and inevitable defeat, a voice of victory, huh? Okay. That's the way you want to play it. Let's stock up. Let's draw this one. I guess I'll draw another stock up. I can't counter his stuff anyways. Consult. Everything else is counter spells. No, I'm gonna take the goggles. That way I can discard the goggles to the explosion. Or maybe I play the loot. It will depend on where our opponent plays his turn. Obviously. Could be a Sephiroth deck. Then we're going to be in trouble in whatever we do unless we draw our one big dragon. They can rope. That is probably the worst thing that we can face. A roper. Cool Barood. He's playing off 2 lands. Draw and discard a card. Practice offense. So this is his deck. Okay. He drew his land. Good for him. Okay, so he's got Cool Barood. Does that mean that we get rid of... I mean, he has Practice Offense. So, does that mean we get rid of this voice right now? Well, we can't. Well, it's still annoying us. Otherwise, what does he do? He attacks. He gets rid of some of our stuff. Like, this doesn't actually activate this early. Time Explosion. I mean, I don't think this deck goes wide. It's just that Inevitable Defeat also hits Cool Barood. Now let's get rid of it. I don't care about the Cool Barood in this deck, because we can gain a life if we need to. Alright, what do we have on the sideboard that can kill Cool Barood too? Nothing! Nothing kills Cool Barood, but we can... rob him. We can also summon Leviathan. None of these actually deal with Cool Barood that easily. Hardened Academic. He is still going to get the rudeness on us. Discards a land, so he probably has a lot of lands. I mean, I could play the Pyromancer's Goggles. The problem is with the Goggles is that it doesn't do anything. I get to copy the spell that I play? But what is the spell that I copy? Whereas then I can play the lute. And then I could consult. No, I still think I play the Pyromancer's Goggles. It adds a red mana. I could copy the Ill-Timed Explosion, which means that I would draw 4 cards and then discard 2 cards. He tossed a land and then didn't draw a land is wild. That is greed to the utmost level. We might win just on the back of that. If I draw a land, I'd probably do this. But there's a lot of counter spells in it that really isn't going to help. Kitten. So yeah, I think taking out the Kubaru is probably the most important part of that. And he gets double strike. Am I just dead? 8, 9, 10. Very close to dead, honestly. You can gain life. I don't care about him gaining life. He does play a land. Helix. Helix might be better than Ill-Timed Explosion. Because I will be able to gain 4 life. Well, like 6 life, right? And I don't know if I need to draw that many cards right now. So maybe it's just ill-time. Oh, nope. Does this cost mana? It does not cost mana. This is just 2 damage. That's not enough. Do I hold on to the No More Lies? No, right? I don't imagine I do. Or the loot. Really can't afford the loot. What did I toss? A 4? Yeah, 4 should be board wiping. Alright, I have a Helix. So if he tries to kill me, I can Helix whatever he has. Okay. So this is gonna deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I won't be able to kill him. So let's just copy it this way. Nice elf. How about I give you a little revelation? I mean, this deals 4 damage. I don't think he has counter spells in his deck. Return a permanent, 4 damage to you. Oh yes. I too would like to do it again. Want to discard some cards? Do it. See if that makes you feel better. You know I'm gonna gain 4 life on each, right? Return a permanent, deal 4 damage. You might be cool but rude, but I am the rudest of them all. Well, I'm at 18, he's at 8. How the turns of table. Ah. Nice Skrelv. Well, how is it, Fat Sprinkles? Your net deck didn't seem to pan out that well. Okay, you've leveled it up to death. GG! The Pyromancer's got you. Alright, our opponent is Xiu. Cool. He is Fervent. Fervent goes first. Alright, we got Stormcarved Coast. Don't think I played out on turn 1, so... Hallowed Fountain turn 1? I mean, probably should have played the Godless Shrine turn 1, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. Not punished. We get Gloomlake Verge. Whatever they play, we get no more lies now. And then we get the Critique up. Do I need Godless Shrine this turn? I don't think I do. So we'll play a Stormcarved Coast. Godless Shrine might just be like a discard target. 4 mana. Okay, I guess who's gonna blink first? The Mere Control. Alright. One of us is gonna have to blink. I don't really have all that many good cards here. What I do have is a lot of lands. How many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I stock up here, I would actually have to discard a card. So he's got 5 lands, and I have more than 5. I can keep going and playing lands, and it's hurting him more than it does me. It's hurting him a lot more than it does me. I mean, I guess I can throw a stock up here now. It's not hurting too much. I have a lot of mana. 4 mana to be exact. Let's throw a stock up, see what he wants to do. Cori and Steam Vents. Floppy Drowner. We're fine with that. I mean, with the Drowner, it might be very aggressive, so maybe I'd toss a Steam Vents and hold my island. I'll take the 2. Doesn't seem to hurt too much. I'll blink. Tap down to 1 mana. Do you got a kill spell? No, he doesn't. Stormcarved Coast is better. Revelation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana means I can play this and back it up with a counter spell. If I get to 11 mana, I will back it up with 2 counter spell. I think I can do that. Or if I get the Village. Another Fluffy Drowner. Bitterboom Blossom. Okay, if that's the case, let me Jeskai Revelation. Bounce this back. 4 damage it is. It's got 1 mana. Can't really counter it. Spell Snare. His own creature? His own card? GG. I mean, I don't know what that play was, but good game. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those 4 color control games, how does this deck feel? Oh my gosh, this deck is so much better than I thought it would be. It's got no right being this good. It's 4 colors and it's so consistent because of the Great Hall of Biblioplex, I've never really screwed on mana color. So basically, at 2 mana, I can play whatever 2 mana card I want. On turn 3, rather, I could play any 3 mana card I want. On turn 4, I can play any 4 mana card I want. And these are some pretty good cards. The gold does not hurt us at all because these pips don't hurt us. The only thing I say the color pip will hurt us is Resonating Loot, adding 2 mana of any 1 color. So that means that after Loot, we can't really easily play Inevitable Defeat because we need to at least have 3 lands. That is the trickiest part of the deck, which I take it. It's not that bad at all. So that's the whole idea with this deck, right? We were able to stop most of our opponent, but one opponent I did struggle a little bit with, and that is It Lessons? And they're very fast, and Arena likes to let them go first, so that means by the time we have Lightning Helix, they already dealt like 8 damage to me. So, yeah, I can still Helix them, but at that point, I'm already too far behind, and with no room to catch up. By the time I try to stabilize on turn 4, they would just shock us and kill us. So that's a tough fight, but there is no way this deck fights that tough fight while going second. There's no fix for that. Right, so the tech against Is It Lesson or Is It Any deck is Northern Avatar into a High Noon. Try to get to that as soon as possible. Once you do, they're screwed. But until you can get there, everything else is kind of an uphill battle. But we're able to fight most of the uphill battle just fine. And some of the games we're also dominating in a beautiful fashion. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.